Did you talk about this when you released
Yeah, well, it was in the papers.
in the paper?
What had happened was, when we were released in Parmesan,
When was it?
December, well, I got released August 27th
Uh-huh.
of 1953.
Right.
But prior to that, when we got released, one of the officers said, "There's a press tent over there. Now, if you want to talk to them, you can. If you don't want to, they won't bother you." So I said, "I want to go to the press tent." There was an Australian photographer, not photographer, an Australian reporter. His name was Winston Burchett.
Mm-hmm. He
He worked for the Daily Worker. It was a communist newspaper, English newspaper. And we used to get that newspaper in the camp. That was the only newspaper we'd get. And, the English version of the Shanghai News, which was
What was the name of that newspaper name?
the Daily Worker. So
Yeah.
now he used to print how everything was nice and how the camp was so
Right.
good. They show pictures of, photo pictures how like we're having a great time
Yeah.
playing sports and eating good and living. And so I said, I want to go to the press tent. But there was about a dozen guys there, for newspapermen. I said, Winston Burchett. So now they all got a little strange, because they figured, if I want to talk to this communist, that maybe I'd been brainwashed,
Mm-hmm.
So they said, well, Winston Burchett isn't here.
Mm-hmm.
I said, he'll be back later. I said, all right. So I left, and I went back later.
Mm-hmm.
I says, Winston Burchett, is he here yet? He says, no. He says, what happened? He says, they pulled his credentials. He's a persona non grata here. He says, but why did you want to talk to Winston Burchett? I said, I didn't want to talk to him. I said, I wanted to slap him in the face. Then I had all these sketches of the guys that were in the stockade with me. I said, if you want to know what really happened, this is what happened. So the next thing I know, when I got home, it was all over the newspapers in America. The AP and the UP, they all started printing it in the newspapers across the country. When I got to Japan, I was talking to my brother. He says, you're all over the newspapers here in America. So there was a lot of publicity because of that particular incident where I wanted to slap a communist,